Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat.
Chateau Pichon, Longueville, 1986.
86? Ooh, baby. Show me the money.
About that prick's face when he saw the gat.
Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen
That prick's face when he saw the gat.
Saw the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat.
It's like the first full night when you're a kid and the air's all crisp and you start smelling people's fireplaces.
Smells like Halloween.
Chateau Pichon, Longueville, 1986.
86? Ooh, baby. Show me the money.
About that prick's face when he saw the gat.
Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen
That prick's face when he saw the gat.
Saw the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat.
the first fortnight when you're a kid and the air's all crisp and you start smelling people's fireplaces.
Smells like Halloween.
Chateau Pichon, Longueville, 1986.
86. Ooh, baby. Show me the money.
How about that prick's face when he saw the gat? That prick's face when he saw the gat.
Saw the gat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat.
It's like the first fortnight when you're a kid and the air's all crisp and you start smelling people's fireplaces.
Smells like Halloween.
Chateau Pichon, Longueville, 1986.
86. Ooh, baby. Show me the money.
How about that prick's face when he saw the gat?
Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen
That prick's face when he saw the gat.
Saw the gat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat. Got the cat. Should've seen his face when he seen the cat.
Peter, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't know anything about politics.
What, you don't know anything about landing an airplane, asswipe? Besides, Wild West would make a great mayor. He's a man.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because this is America, Lois. Men have always run things, and there have never been any problems whatsoever. And don't say the economy or Iraq or income inequality or racism or Brett Kavanaugh or air pollution or Vietnam or slavery or Watergate or capitalism or Me Too or homelessness or police brutality or homophobia or Monica Lewinsky or school shootings or Native American genocide or Fox News or Tim Allen or climate change.
You make a good point. But I still think more women...
I'm so hungry. Let me out. I'll tell you what, first guy that lets me out gets his own spin-off. Not you, Cleveland.
Sorry, Peter, this is for your own good.
Yeah, you told us you would do anything to lose weight.
I lied. I just want to be free, like a recently divorced man with no kids.
This is nice. This is better.
I know you're gonna have fun and make lots of good friends.
Yeah, not fake friends, like guys whose wives are friends.
You have to get me that recipe. Oh my god, the cookbook? It's right in the kitchen.
Sports? No. Movies?
No. Hiking?
No. Cars?
No.
Porn? Yes! Gay porn?
No.
Meg, you gotta find a way out of this fight.
Yeah, Meg, you can do it. You're a smart woman, and women can do anything nowadays.
I guess you're right. But it's not like it's the 1950s.
So I see you graduated #1 in your class from Princeton.
That's right. And I'm certified as an accountant and also have a law degree.
That's all very impressive. We'll keep you in mind. Let's see. Pointy boobs, medium pointy boobs, not so pointy boobs. That's a shame.
Ed.
Ha! I got your hat! Take that, hatless! Now go back to the quad and resume your hacky sack tourney! I'm not gonna lie down for some frat boy bastard with his damn Teva sandals and his Skull Bandits and his Abercrombie and Fitch long-sleeved open-stitch crewneck Henley smoking his sticky buds out of a soda can while watching his favorite downloaded Simpsons episodes every night. Yes, we all love Mr. Plow. Oh, you've got the song memorized, do you? So does everyone else! That is exactly the kind of idiot you see at Taco Bell at 1 in the morning. The guy who just whiffed his way down the bar skank ladder.
Good night, Stewie.
If he wants to throw hands, I'll throw hands. I tell you, that's impossible. I can't lose all my money in my house. Then I'll have to move into some depressing divorced guy apartment.
As you can see, we have plenty of cabinet space for your plate. The oven, of course, is just decorative.
Seems okay. Do you have any other units available?
This is our only one.
I hope you're happy, Masha!
We might have something upstairs.
Sorry, So, you must be pretty pumped.
For what?
Oh, Olympics?
Oh, yeah. I guess that's starting soon.
I thought you were a big Olympics guy.
Yeah, I like them okay.
Huh.
Guy friends. A computer made us roommates in college. That's why we're friends. Guy friends!
Mom, can I turn the heat up?
Oh, don't touch the thermostat, Meg, if Father gets upset.
Come on, this thing goes up.
If you haven't heard anything of what's going on in Mexico right now, I'm going to assume that you've been on a long camping trip with no service, or you just don't go on your phone at all, because this is huge. The clip that you guys just watched shows a location in Mexico with a giant plume of smoke in the background, and it states that this is the result of El Mencho, one of the cartel leaders, losing his life. And this is true. Many of you guys are probably familiar with El Mencho. He's been somewhat of a boogeyman for over a decade now, being the leader of one of the most famous cartels in history, the CJNG cartel, or the Jalisco New Generation cartel. For most people, though, he was well known for being ruthless. If somebody talked ill about him online and posted it publicly, he would come hunt them down and take their life, making an example out of them. Well, we fast forward here to February 22nd of 2026, and El Mencho just lost his life. He's been one of Mexico's most wanted for quite a while now, with a $15 million bounty on his head. They tried to do an operation here where they would get him in custody and try him, but El Mencho did not go down without a fight, and during this firefight between him and military members, he sustained a life-ending injury. After his death, violence erupted across multiple Mexican states. Cartel members were burning cars, setting up road blockades, and clashing with National Guardsmen. In total, between 65 to 75 people ended up losing their lives, though it would appear that the vast majority of those lives lost were cartel members or National Guardsmen. Only one person, from what I can tell, was a civilian that lost their life. I've also seen an influx of social media posts with people stating that American tourists are being hunted down in resorts, that it's not safe to be in certain areas, but that's not really true. There aren't any confirmed reports of that happening, and to the people stating that the entirety of Mexico as a country is burning to the ground right now and the government is crumbling, that is extremely overdramatic. There are localized areas that are not safe to be, but as a whole, Mexico seems to be at least stable right now. In any event, we'll see how everything here plays out. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I've said it many times, and I'm going to say it again. There are few diseases out there that are more terrifying than prion diseases. I think you could make an argument for something like rabies, but in general, this disease is terrifying. The clip that you guys just watched shows two individuals that appear to have a lack of coordination, and you'll notice that their facial expressions don't really seem coherent. It doesn't appear as though they have full control over their body, and that's because of the disease that they have, something known as Kuru. Now, if you were to hop into your time machine and travel back to Papua New Guinea pre-1950s, specifically visiting the Fore tribe, you would be at the forefront of something horrible, an epidemic killing multiple people with no cure. You see, until it was banned in the late 1950s, the Fore tribe participated in a ritual known as post-mortem cannibalism. This is exactly what it sounds like. When a member of their community passed away, they would consume their body, make sure that it wouldn't go to waste, and that included the brain, which is really where the problem was. Over the course of this cannibalism, tribe members started contracting very unique prions, which are abnormally folded proteins, and when these get into your brain, they wreak havoc and basically cause your brain to turn into a sponge. This is a very big oversimplification, but for the point of this video, it fits. Kuru was known for causing a lack of coordination and control over one's body, and also caused abnormal laughing fits, which got it the nickname the Laughing Death. Really, what was terrifying about Kuru, though, is that it had a very long incubation period. You could have consumed somebody's infected brain 30 years prior, and eventually you would start getting symptoms and be dead within a year or two. Kuru is basically pretty much eradicated. There were some people after the ban that got it, but that was just because of the long incubation period. It's been so long since it's been banned, I'm pretty sure there haven't been any new cases in a very long time, at least. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. If anybody watching this video is a boxing fan, then you probably know that this fight right here is what inspired championship rounds to be reduced from 15 to 12 rounds during the fight. The clip that you guys just watched shows two boxers competing intensely against one another during the lightweight championship. One of the fighters successfully knocks out the other one, and little did this guy know these would be his final moments alive after getting knocked out. Taking you guys back to 1982, which is when this incident happened, there were two world-class boxers both competing for this lightweight championship. Ray Mancini and Kim Duck-Koo. Both Kim and Ray had impressive records. Kim had 17 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, while Ray boasted a 25 win and 1 loss record. So this championship fight had a lot of steam behind it going into it. As a bit of foreshadowing here as well, famously Kim said right before the match, either he dies or I die, and he wrote on a lampshade in his hotel, "Kill or be killed," which again really laid the foundation for what was about to happen. On November 13th of 1982, the fight commenced, and it was a very intense one. Both of them were relatively equally matched. Ray even considered quitting at one point, but as the rounds went on and they got later and later into the fight, Ray started dominating and landing many more shots than Kim. Finally, in the 14th round, Ray delivered a knockout punch only 19 seconds in, and Kim hit the deck. Kim then attempted to pull himself back up, but he ended up collapsing only minutes after the bout was over and entered a coma, which he would never come out of. Medical professionals did attempt to save Kim's life. He did stay alive for 5 days after the fight, but unfortunately he lost his life. This death also haunted Ray for the rest of his career, though people reassured him that it wasn't his fault. This was just, a very unfortunate circumstance. And again, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, this fight did inspire the full rounds to be reduced from 15 to 12 in order to better protect the fighters. As always, let me know what you guys think. Lampshade in his hotel, "Kill or be killed," which again really laid the foundation for what was about to happen. On November 13th of 1982, the fight commenced, and it was a very intense one. Both of them were relatively equally matched. Ray even considered quitting at one point, but as the rounds went on and they got later and later into the fight, Ray started dominating and landing many more shots than Kim. Finally, in the 14th round, Ray delivered a knockout punch only 19 seconds in, and Kim hit the deck. Kim then attempted to pull himself back up, but he ended up collapsing only minutes after the bout was over and entered a coma, which he would never come out of. Medical professionals did attempt to save Kim's life. He did stay alive for 5 days after the fight, but unfortunately he lost his life. This death also haunted Ray for the rest of his career, though people reassured him that it wasn't his fault. This was just, you know, a very unfortunate circumstance. And again, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, this fight did inspire the full rounds to be reduced from 15 to 12 in order to better protect the fighters. As always, let me Ladies and gentlemen, exhibit number 1 for why you should never jump into the water shortly after another person does, especially when you're cliff jumping. The video that you guys just watched might seem pretty unspectacular. In it, we can see a cliff, there's some people swimming below, one person jumps in, another person jumps in right after them, and that's really about it. You can't really see the damage that's been done. For some context, this video was taken back on September 10th of 2016 at the Chiang Mai Grand Canyon. No, not in Arizona, this is in Thailand. This is where a 25-year-old by the name of Hassanee Chana decided to jump off of these cliffs, which is a very popular tourist attraction. Unbeknownst to him, somebody was jumping right behind him, and they ended up landing on his head, which knocked out Hassanee. At the time that this incident immediately happened, nobody really realized that Hassanee had not resurfaced, but once they did, they frantically started diving, trying to get to him. Unfortunately, the water was not clear enough for them to see him, and at this point, it was far too late. He had already drowned. His body was found hours later at a depth of around 10 meters, which, for context, is a little over 30 feet. This incident, while tragic, is quite cut and dry, and again, the lesson here is very simple. Do not jump into the water immediately after somebody else. If you have a collision like this, somebody is likely going to drown. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment, letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next.
Can I please have my mom before I go?
Mr. Bates, please hold Miss Pike in the doctor.
Please, let me just love my mom.
Please hold Miss
I love you. I love you.
I know your first inclination might be to feel bad for this young woman that was just sentenced to death, but once you hear the crime that she committed, you're probably not going to feel as bad. The clip that you guys just watched shows 20-year-old Krista Gale Pike being sentenced to death and requesting to hug her mother. You can see that it's a very emotional moment, and again, from a outside perspective without any context, it's hard not to feel bad for her. This whole horrifying saga took place back in 1995 when Krista became jealous of her roommate, Colleen, and assumed that Colleen was trying to steal her boyfriend. Colleen denied these accusations, but Krista was not so quick to let this go. So Krista and 2 other friends planned to lure Colleen off of their college campus to a remote location, an abandoned factory, under the guise that they were going to offer her some free marijuana as a peace offering. As soon as Colleen arrived to this location on January 12th of 1995, she was immediately attacked by Krista while one friend kept a lookout and the other one assisted. For 30 minutes, Colleen was brutally tortured by Krista, and eventually this ended when she took a chunk of asphalt and used it to neutralize her. Krista then took a piece of Colleen's skull from the incident and was showing it off around campus, bragging about what she had done, so she was pretty quickly apprehended for her crime. At the time this incident took place, Krista was 18 years old. She was convicted at 20 years old, and I know you guys might be thinking that maybe she was remorseful for this, but in 2001, Krista attempted to strangle a fellow inmate, and she also attempted to break out of prison in 2012. In September of 2025, Krista was finally given her death date, which was September 30th of 2026, so this year, actually not too far out, and if she is executed, this is going to be the first time in 200 years for the state of Tennessee that this has taken place. So now you guys have some context to this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. If you've never heard of locked-in syndrome before, imagine this. You're completely conscious, you're aware of everything going on around you, you desperately want to talk and react and move, you're just unable to do so. If somebody were to see you from the side, they would think that you weren't conscious. This horrific circumstance I'm giving you guys a warning right now. This video is probably going to make you quite angry, especially if you love animals, so click off if you're not in the mood to be angry. The video that you guys just watched is quite unassuming. It shows grainy CCTV footage of 5 teenagers walking on a beach in Brazil. But unbeknownst to us as the viewer without context, they just got done doing something horrible to a local dog. This story has recently been spreading like wildfire, and it's because it's such an enraging tale. Basically, in Brazil in early January, a group of 5 teenagers went after and tortured a community dog that was 10 years old by the name of Orelha, that the community absolutely loved. Without getting into too much detail, the teenagers used excessive force in touching the dog with their hands and feet. They also took a nail and drove it through here, and even worse, it gets worse, they took a stick and stuck it up the dog's you-know-what. After allegedly doing this, the teenagers walked away without a care in the world, and Orelha was later found in critical condition. Orelha was then brought to a vet, where unfortunately they had to be put down because their injuries were so severe. Following the incident and Orelha passing away, there are also claims that the perpetrators' families tried to cover this up and make sure that their teenagers did not get tried for anything. 2 of the teenagers also allegedly fled to Florida, but from what I can tell have since returned to Brazil, and it appears as though they're all going to be facing criminal charges here. Horrible case overall. A lot of people are furious about it, and again, this is getting a lot of steam on the worldwide scale now, not just from Brazil. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I'm horrified to tell you that what you guys are watching here is a representation of something that actually happened in real life and resulted in the deaths of 4 individuals. This short animated clip shows what appears to be a water park ride. We can see a tube seating 6 passengers. The tube then flips up and the people, as you can see, are pressed up against the moving parts, the conveyor belt. Now, the real incident this animation is portraying happened in Australia back in 2016 at the Dreamworld theme park. Dreamworld was home to a very popular experience, the Thunder River Rapids ride, where riders would hop into a tube that seated 6 people, and they would go through some switchbacks. It was kind of like whitewater rafting, except much more tame and family-friendly. On October 25th, though, of 2016, 2 pumps on this ride malfunctioned, and this resulted in a rapid drop in water level, which exposed some of the moving parts, particularly the conveyor belt. With the rapid water level drop, an empty raft that people had already disembarked from was stuck at the very end of the conveyor belt. So, when another raft came through carrying 6 people, they collided, and the one that was holding 6 people flipped up vertically, throwing everybody out. 2 of the 6 individuals in the raft ended up stuck underneath one of the rafts and drowning, from what I can tell. Another 2 of them ended up getting crushed by machine components, and 2 of them survived, both of them being children. After this incident, the ride was torn down and dismantled, and now there's a different ride in place. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Ambulance, call the ambulance. Call the ambulance.
For what?
Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance, please. Ambulance. Get the ambulance. Stop. I need the ambulance.
I truly do feel bad for this guy, and the mistake that he made would end up being his last. He lost his life. The video that you guys just watched is clearly police body camera footage. In it, we can see a man by the name of Lamar Bell pleading for the officer recording him to call an ambulance, which they do not do, or at least they don't do in any hurry. Back on July 17th of 2023, Lamar Bell was pulled over in Illinois by police because he was acting erratically. He was then handcuffed and placed into the back of a vehicle, and they discovered that he had been sitting on top of baggies that were mostly empty. Inside of these baggies was a white substance akin to baking soda. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And apparently, in a bid to avoid prosecution, Lamar decided to consume about 17 grams worth. This, of course, is an absurdly high amount of baking soda that he ingested, well above the LD50, or lethal dose for 50% of the population of ingestion, and it would have been imperative for Lamar to get access to help right away when this happened. Presumably, Lamar started feeling the effects of this substance, as well as a slew of other things that had been in it. You guys can pause right here and read what was inside of his body. It was a lot of stuff. But again, medical help did not arrive in a prompt manner, even though Lamar was literally begging for them to come, and he would end up being transported to the hospital later, where he would pass away. From what I can tell, authorities were not charged with anything. They didn't get in trouble because they handled it as they should have, according to a statement that I read. It's overall a very sad video to watch, knowing the backstory here, and there's a lot of backlash for the officers not getting in trouble. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
And then you're a person of interest now. Yeah. I mean, why would it? Open the door.
I've covered this video at least once or twice before, but recently it's been getting reposted with a lot of misinformation, so we're going to set the record straight once again. You guys just watched seems pretty unassuming. It shows a woman by the name of Brianna Williams in uniform. The person that's driving with her states something about a person of interest. She then places her hand up to her mouth like she's about to throw up, and that's where the video cuts off. This case started on November 6th of 2019 when Brianna called authorities and reported her 5-year-old daughter, Taylor Williams, missing. Initially, Brianna had told investigators that the last time she had seen Taylor was in her bedroom around 12 a.m. or midnight, and that the following morning the back door was unlocked and it appeared as though she had just walked out and vanished. On top of this, in early interviews, she also stated that Brianna was with her grandparents, and there were a bunch of discrepancies here which eventually landed Brianna at the top of the suspects list. On top of this, when Brianna called about Taylor going missing, the realization sunk in very quickly that Taylor had not been seen alive in months, which only made things worse. 6 days later, on November 12th of 2019, human remains were found in Demopolis, Alabama. DNA testing came back and confirmed that these were Taylor's, and this is when Brianna was listed as the primary person of interest, and she got herself arrested. This now leads us to the viral clip where this has been getting posted without any context. People are stating Brianna's reaction to her daughter's body being found. In reality, Brianna is the one who's responsible for her daughter's death, and what's more, the reason why she's throwing up is not because the body has been found, it's because before this, she drank a bunch of laundry detergent in an attempt to take the easy way out and avoid punishment. There was also no definitive evidence for what caused Taylor's untimely demise, though it's assumed that this was probably a combination of starvation and confinement because she was supposedly locked in the closet all the time with no food. So just really overall a terrible, terrible case. Once you know the backstory behind this clip, it becomes even worse. And in 2022, Brianna was sentenced to life in prison. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment, letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Trust me, there are tons of reasons to be against AI and at the very least want strict regulations on how they're going to impact our climate, but this video is a little bit misleading. 3-image slideshow that I got tagged in. The first image shows a polar bear on a piece of ice that's melting. There's a call to action stating to please delete ChatGPT. We then see another image of a normal looking polar bear, and finally one that is emaciated. It looks like it's dying. Now, right off the bat here, we have some misinformation. This slideshow states that the last photo was taken during 2025 to 2026, when that's just simply not true. This photo was taken over a decade ago. In reality, the photo was taken in Svalbard by a photographer that was traveling there back in 2015. The photographer then posted it to Facebook and claimed, without any supporting evidence, that this was the result of climate change because the polar bear was not getting its proper food sources. Now, I'm not going to dispute that melting ice and climate change could have had a hand in this because, of course, that is a reasonable conclusion to draw, but also you don't know if the polar bear was just injured or if the polar bear was extremely sick. Polar bears do die just like any other animal, and when they're close to death and starving, they're not going to look the best. Shifting topics here though, there is no denying that AI is not good for the environment. There are 4 primary ways that it impacts it. First, you need to do mining in order to get the materials to build these data centers. Next, building the data centers themselves can be taxing and take up valuable habitat for animals and ecosystems. Third, water usage. And fourth, energy consumption and CO2 pollution. I like where this person's going here, but I think the focus here when making these slideshows and videos is to make sure that you are as factually accurate as possible and to be as genuine as possible, because if people find out that they're being duped, they're much less likely to believe real information in the future. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I wouldn't be surprised if at this moment all 4 crew members on board were praying because they knew they probably were not going to survive. The video that you guys just watched shows a military C-17 aircraft making a sharp right turn, then appears to lose power and momentum and falls out of the sky, making contact with the ground. So if we rewind to July 28th of 2010, a 4-man crew hopped into a C-17 located in Alaska and took off for some training that was preparing them for an air show that was going to be taking place, showcasing the C-17's capabilities. Less than 1 minute into the flight, the C-17 It might not look like this at all, but believe it or not, the woman and man seen in this video were both romantic partners at this time, which makes this all the more worse. This clip that you guys just watched shows a young woman by the name of Angel Lynn walking away from her boyfriend. Her boyfriend Che then walks up, bear hugs her, and carries her into a van, and that's really all we see without the context. Around here though is very disturbing. This took place in September of 2020. This is when Angel got out of an argument with her boyfriend Che and she walked away. Che, who was very much a coercive boyfriend and forced Angel to do a lot of things that she didn't want to do, was unhappy with this. So he took her and put put her in one of his friend's vans, and they started driving down the highway. This was caught on video, and I'm sure up to this point it was extremely traumatic, but the worst was yet to come. Later, Angel would be discovered on the concrete of a highway after having been tossed from the van moving at 60 miles per hour by Che. Because of this, Angel received permanent life-altering brain damage, and for the past 5 years, she has needed round-the-clock care because she can't do anything herself from her injuries. Che originally claimed in defense that Angel chose to jump from the vehicle. This, of course, was sniffed out as being complete BS. He was handed a sentence of 7.5 years. A lot of people thought this was too lenient, including the judge, so that got revised to 12 years, which, in my opinion, is still extremely lenient. In better news, Angel appears to have made some progress. At least 3 years after this happened in 2023, Angel said her first word, which was mom, and that was to her mom. So hopefully Angel is continuing to progress. Hopefully she's feeling a little bit better and making progress here. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Just letting you guys know early into this video, there really aren't that many photos to go along with this story because it's so recent, but honestly, that's probably a good thing because it's so disturbing. So this is another simple 2-image slideshow, the first image starting off with a young woman by the name of Victoria Lerman, and the second image showing a blue bathtub with the entire area completely blurred out because of what's in it. Now, I do want to be clear, this blue bathtub is not an official case photo here, but it gets the point across when it comes to what we're talking about. Now, this is a very recent case having happened in southern Russia in an apartment, and for some background, Victoria was a TikToker and rapper, and she was relatively well known. And on the night of February 9th, this year, 2025, Victoria decided that she was going to relax, clean up, and take a bath. Just like most people do, she cranked up the bath water probably a little bit too hot, but this time she did not realize how hot the bath water truly was going to be. Well, later that night, after a few hours of being in the tub, Victoria's partner, who's unnamed and also lived in the apartment, discovered her in the bathtub no longer alive. And what's believed to have happened is that Victoria, due to the temperature of the water, was absolutely shocked when she touched it. This, in turn, potentially caused her to faint, falling face down in the water, and over time, because the water was so hot, she succumbed to the burns. In fact, the water was so scalding hot and the burns were so bad on Victoria that the family was not able to have an open casket funeral, which is extremely morbid. Now, despite the fact that investigators assume that this whole entire thing was an accident, Victoria's family does not necessarily believe the same thing, and they think that potentially her partner might have something to do with this in terms of foul play. This theory, of course, is still being investigated, and because this partner also didn't show up to Victoria's funeral, it doesn't necessarily look as good, but it's not really supported by anything other than that. That being said, police did find some narcotics inside of the apartment, and it is potentially assumed that both the partner and Victoria were on narcotics when this whole entire thing happened. There is one more third and final theory here as to what happened to Victoria besides foul play or it being an accident, and that's the fact that she allegedly had heart problems. People involved in this case
happened again. Another sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish.
If you're like most people and you don't know ASL or American Sign Language, this clip probably looks normal. But if you're somebody that does understand ASL, you'll notice something is really off. This woman is speaking or signing gibberish. This is a clip that I was reminded of from one of my friends, Dead Host. In it, we can see a police briefing. This guy is talking, and off to the side, we have an American Sign Language interpreter, somebody to put out the word for people that are deaf watching their TV. Everything looks normal besides the fact that she's not actually signing though. This is a clip that went super viral back in 2017 at a Tampa police press conference involving this signing woman, Darylyn Roberts. Darylyn actually had a history previously with law enforcement before this incident. She had been arrested on several fraud-related charges and even been given a sentence for fraud that she had committed. On this particular day, November 28th of 2017, Darylyn actually just randomly showed up to this press conference and basically volunteered herself to interpret. So the police force here actually thought that she was sent by another agency. They didn't really do any background checks, and that's how this whole entire thing unfurled. Because this was volunteer work and done completely free, there were no charges here. This was not something illegal that she did. The agency stated that they don't really know why she did this. It's a mystery, but if I were to imagine why, maybe it's to stick it to them and make them look foolish, which she totally did. As always though, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. As much as I hate to admit it, I used to be the type of person that thought because this type of wrestling was fake, it's not dangerous. As it turns out, this video is a perfect example for why that is not true. This video shows a wrestling match that took place on March 20th of 2015. In it, a wrestler wearing a black shirt gets into the ring. He stands up. Another wrestler wearing a mask ends up kicking him with 2 legs into the ropes. And little did he know it, but this move actually ended up resulting in the death of the wrestler wearing a black shirt. The wrestler seen here wearing a black shirt was a very famous Mexican wrestler by the name of Perro Aguayo Jr. He was the son of another former professional wrestler, so he was very steeped in the culture here and well known. On this fateful day of March 20th, Perro teamed up with another wrestler by the name of Manic and did a tag team wrestling match against Rey Mysterio Jr. and Extreme Tiger. The match started off without a hitch, and while they were deep into the action, Rey Mysterio ended up doing a signature scissor kick move that was supposed to propel Perro into the ropes, but Perro ended up falling out of the ring. As soon as he jumped back in, Rey Mysterio then did this double kick to push him into the ropes where he was supposed to be, and this apparently immediately fractured vertebrae in his spine. I can't really show the following moments here, but Manic did end up next to Perro very shortly after this happened. He tried to revive him to no avail. Then one of the referees a little bit later came up and also tried to shake him awake. They all thought that he was unconscious at first, but eventually after the match ended, they did bring him to the hospital where he was pronounced deceased. The cause of death here was determined to be cardiac arrest, and the coroner, after doing his investigation, determined that Perro basically passed away immediately after this happened. So there really wasn't much that could have been done in terms of saving his life. I'm not recommending that you guys do, but if you guys want to watch the full video, it is easy to find on Reddit. If you just look up Perro Aguayo's name, it will pop up. Again, I'm not recommending you do it, but if you guys are curious, you can. As always, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
It's not the first time a bank robbery has turned into a potentially explosive situation. In 2003, pizza delivery man Brian Wells claimed a man forced him to rob this Pennsylvania bank with a ticking time bomb strapped to his neck.
From the surface, it probably looked as though this guy was completely innocent to the police when this first happened. Just a simple pizza delivery driver, a delivery gone wrong that resulted in a bomb being strapped around his neck, and one of the most bizarre deaths caught on live television. Now, presumably, most of the people that watch my channel are between the ages of 14 to 25, and therefore, I'm going to go out on a limb here and state most of you have probably never heard of Brian Wells, the infamous pizza driver. Back in 2003, though,